Welcome back to the Dreamer Podcast. Today's episode, we will be covering the topic of refresh and restart. Now, for me, this topic is extremely relevant because it's something that I have done a billion times. Restarting, refreshing, restarting, rinse and repeat over and over again. Prime example is right now with the podcast. This is the very first episode of the podcast being called the Dreamer Podcast. Yes, I changed the name. Yes, I had to refresh and restart again. Now, for a long time, I have gone back and forth. Do I have the channel as my name? Do I have the channel as Dreamer Outfits? Do I have the channel as Mindset of a Dreamer? What do I do? Because I want to create content. I want to be able to help people and guide people and give insight of behind the scenes of my business and just the life of a entrepreneur and a Christian that is trying to navigate life, and now a husband, and now recently a father. And I've been searching for a way to be able to share that and be able to share those experiences and give as much game and as much knowledge as possible. I set these plans and I'll get in rotation with them and get going, and then I'll kind of like get stuck, and then I have to step back and I have to refresh and restart. The very first time I ever heard refresh and restart was from a friend of mine named Corey Sanders, professional basketball player, overseas player, played at Rutgers, big time star when he was in high school, big name in college. They used to cover him on YouTube with Home Team Hoops. He was just overall just a really big name. And one day I was filming him and he was like in the process of trying to go pro and battle that type of process of chasing his dreams. And he said something one time talking about refresh, restart. Like when it's not going your way, it's okay, refresh and restart. It doesn't matter, do it again. Just rinse yourself off and do it again. And that has kind of always stuck in my head. And not saying that that has been like the core value that I have always lived by, but it is something that I have done even when I wasn't thinking about it and it wasn't at the top of my mind. And I just think it's really important, especially as dreamers, like guys that and ladies, we have dreams. And a lot of times we can easily get burnt out while chasing those dreams. While, maybe your dream is to own a clothing brand, to take photos. Maybe it's to go to the NBA or play professional sports, or maybe it's to start a family. Maybe it's, just to be a better person, to be a good Christian, to be whatever it is that you have that's a dream. And in my mind, what a dream is I'm currently in this situation, and the situation that I want to be in is over there. I consider myself a dreamer when I believe that I am capable of getting somewhere that I have not yet seen with my own eyes. I have only been able to visualize it. I've only been able to talk about it. I have not yet been able to walk that walk and experience what it's like to be the person that is at the dream that I want to achieve. I think that when you're on that journey, it can be very overwhelming, especially when you don't have the results that you want immediately, or you don't maybe see any progress in your process. You're showing up every day, but then, man, nothing's happening. And then you start to get discouraged, and then you start to kind of fall back a little bit, and you slack off a little bit in that routine that you were trying to build, or you stop believing in your capability in your day-to-day process within whatever that goal is, whatever that dream is that you have. And that can be detrimental to you. Not believing in yourself can hinder your action that you're taking towards your dream. And like I said, it can just be detrimental. It can make it to where you never make progress because you don't believe in yourself. And it's kind of all of these things that are connected. And I think that when you get burnout, and a burnout can be multiple things. A burnout can be, you're just tired because you've been so consistent and you've been dialed and you've been locked in, and maybe you've seen a little progress. Maybe you haven't seen any. In those situations, you kind of have to sit back and make it about the process itself, because it's not necessarily about the outcome that you have. It's only usually about the input that you're putting in. As long as you're putting in the work, then you are gaining something. Maybe it's not the thing that you want, but you're gaining skills, you're gaining network, you're gaining knowledge. There's things that you're gaining that maybe aren't tangible and they aren't physical, but they are extremely important and imperative to the next stage. When you do get to that dream, you're going going to need all of the things that you learned in that process in order to maintain that dream, or in order to get to the next level after that. You're gonna need it. So, maybe you're burnout because, man, I've been so locked in, and it's just like, I've been doing this for 2 or 3 years. It's like, okay, that's fine. Now, good job. You've been locked in, and now you can sit back and you can like kind of reanalyze and say, what's next? What type of change can I add to this that will make it feel new again, that will make me have a little bit more drive again, and make me feel excited to get up and find something else to be consistent and be disciplined with. But for me, it wasn't that case, and hasn't really ever been that case. My burnout, and the reason that I have had to restart is because of my lack of consistency and lack of discipline while going after the things that I want. For me, I've gained weight, and I hate that. I used to be real chunky when I was younger, and then like I had locked in and figured it out and was eating healthy, and I was like at least doing things that were like helping me lose a little bit of weight, and then I got skinny. And then now I have allowed myself to fall off and lose track of, not even lose track, I have allowed myself to slack off and set my discipline aside and make excuses as to why I am the way I am at this exact moment. And it's been in a lot of areas of my life, and it's happened over and over and over and over again. And it doesn't mean that I'm not capable. And this is kind of why I'm making this episode about this specific refresh restart, is because you might have to refresh and restart 100 times. You might have to do it 1,000 times. But the point is, we are dreamers. We have our dreams and our goals that we want to achieve. And sometimes we slack off on the belief in ourselves, and sometimes we struggle with the ability of keeping consistent and disciplined when we don't see the results. But refresh restart is like, hey, okay, you haven't been doing the things that you want to do. You haven't been doing it the way that you want to do it. Or maybe you have, and you're just burnt out and you're tired because you have been. Refresh restart is sit back. For me, it's always a clean everything out. I need to be organized. And first, I need my house to be organized. I need my brain to be organized. I might need my phone to be organized, because I need that reset. For you, it might only be mentally. Maybe you need to pray. Maybe you need to just say, hey man, I'm not going to sit here and stress about all this stuff. I'm going to spend a day and I'm going to reset, and I'm going to set aside time to replan. It's really refresh, replan, then restart. The replan doesn't necessarily mean it's changing the entire process or the standard operating procedures that you take in your day-to-day life or in your business or anything, but sometimes it might be having a different order that you do things, or having, a different rep count that you're doing in the gym, or a different time that you're doing some activity, or maybe it's taking out an activity that you've been doing that you don't want to do. I've been scrolling on my phone too much. Okay, here's a refresh restart. From now on, I'm only allowed to be on my phone from X, Y, and Z. Maybe, I'm on the toilet. That's the only time I'm allowed to be on my phone. I can't be on my phone in the morning when I wake up immediately, and I can't be on my phone when I'm laying down trying to go to bed. And not to say that these are things that I do, but those are the type of things that we have to look for in our refresh restart that help us go towards those dreams. This is for everybody. When I was younger, when I'm 15, you know how many times I have filled up a notebook and said, okay, today's December 31st. Tomorrow is January 1st, 2016. And these are the goals and the dreams that I want. And this is what I'm going to do every single day. And here's my non-negotiables. And I set those non-negotiables. And I know that we've all experienced this, is you get to February 16th, and then, you might come across that paper and you're like, dang, I really stopped after week 1. I really stopped after 3 days. Or I never looked at this again after I wrote it. I'm here to tell you that it's okay. And honestly, good. It's good that you are here at this moment and watching this video, because you have to be able to refresh and wipe your slate clean, because you don't want to be going into your next plan with the doubt of your capability and just ability to stay consistent and disciplined because of your lack thereof previously. Man, I haven't been consistent in the gym. That's okay. What's the new gym plan? What's the new non-negotiables? We can't spend so much time, especially in today's society where everything is so fast paced, and if you have a dream and it's like in a business business or something like that, you don't really have time to, not to say that you don't have time to mess up, but you don't have time to like not have a dream. You know what I mean? You're either going to have a dream and you're going to go after that dream and you're going to give, your effort towards that dream, or you're going to be working for somebody else's dream. You don't have an option. And if that's what you want, that's perfectly fine. There's no issue with that. If anything, sometimes I wish I didn't have a dream because I could just chill. It's almost like ignorance is bliss. If I didn't know what it was like to have a dream, I would be fine because I'd go to work and I'd get off on Friday and I'd be able to drink all day on Saturday and hang out with the boys and watch football on Sunday, and then as long as I'm back to work on Monday. But I have a dream, so I can't think like that. I'm constantly thinking of my business. I'm constantly thinking of, oh crap, I need to do this, and I need to fix this, and I need to do this. And that's just the price that you pay when you have a dream. If that's you and you are a dreamer, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching this video, doesn't matter your age. If you're young, good, bruh, good. You're thinking about your dreams and you're young, good job. I hope that you fill up 100 notebooks, and I hope that you believe in yourself even when people around you are telling you, yeah, well, you don't come from that area, so you probably can't do that, and you're not going to get into that school, and you're not going to make that team. I hope that you prove them wrong and you believe in yourself and you believe that you are going to prove them wrong and that you can do it. And if you're older and you've lost touch with that dream, maybe you're in your late 20s, maybe you're 40, maybe you're 60, I don't know. If you have a dream, you can achieve that dream. Almost everybody has a dream. Some of us stop working towards that dream and we get complacent and life gets busy, and then now, we got to make excuses. Oh, I have kids. Oh, I had this happen. That doesn't mean that you get to stop going after what you want. Don't give into the system and just stay there and get comfortable and be cozy with what you currently have, and not to say that you should strive for more in material things, but I can't fathom a world where I allow someone else to dictate the time that I get to do anything. Not to say that I'm not in this position or won't be in the future or whatever, but I will not ever stay in this position. Having to request off for a family event or holiday or whatever is ridiculous. And it makes sense because if I own a company, yeah, you have to request off because yes, it makes sense. You can't just not be here because we are running a business. So what you're getting paid for is for the outcomes and the inputs that you're taking part in. You can't just not show up. Now for your business, it's even more intense because you can't just not show up for that. Now it's going to cost you. You know what I mean? So in the other situation, it'll cost you your job. But in this one, it could cost you everything that you have. If you are running a business, or it's not even a business, it's a dream. If you want to go to the league, or if you're not showing up to practice because, oh man, I'm going to take a week off because I got to go here. Okay, guess what, buddy? There's a guy that is practicing and he's going to be better than you. It's okay to take the break that is needed and reset your plan to go forward. So when your life, you have these situations that happen. We just had a son, and my wife just had a son, not me. I say that, but boy, after seeing what she went through, I cannot say, yeah, we had a son. No, my wife had our son. I can easily make excuses as to, man, I'm so tired. Man, I'm not going to be able to do this, and I can't make this happen, and I just don't know how I don't get to do that, man. If anything, now my work ethic has to be 10x because I have to be extremely intentional. So what I have to do is not say, oh man, my routine that I was trying to start and stick to, oh man, now it's ruined because, now I got to do this and now I can't travel and I don't get to do that. But what I do get to do is sit back, and I've said it 100 times, but it is the topic of this podcast, refresh and restart. I now have to sit back, and this is kind of what it looks like. What's going on in my life right now? What are the reasons why I have not been able to be consistent in the things that I want to do? Why have I been slacking off? Why has my discipline struggled? And why is it okay for me to make these excuses? Why have I been making these excuses? Then you be real with yourself, and then, okay, now let's have the real talk of what our actual situation is. Maybe you have no money in your account. Okay, that doesn't mean that that's you and that defines you and you're stuck there. Oh, because I have a kid now. No, now I have no time and I can't work on my business and I got to get a job and No, it just means that the situation has changed. There's ebbs and flows in life. You got to be prepared for those. And you can't be prepared as in, oh, I'm so prepared that I don't lose my routine because of these changes. No, sometimes you have to change your routine because of those changes, because of those shifts. Maybe you go to a new school. Maybe you have a new gym that you found. Maybe you can't afford your gym membership, but you don't want to get fat. It's okay and very necessary to have to sit back maybe a million times, but if you're a dreamer, it doesn't matter if it's 1,000,001 time. It doesn't matter. You can't really count the time. You just have to make the times count. So I'm going to, because I have a dream and I believe that I am capable of that dream, even when I get off track, I am going to set a plan to get back on track. And then I'm going to apply myself to that plan. And maybe that plan lasts 3 days. Oh, well, why did I just get off track in the 3 days? Okay, let's dial it back in. Refresh, restart is literally a rinse and repeat type of thing. You cannot allow your lack of consistency and lack of discipline to knock you off track for good. It's okay if it knocked you off track, but do not let it keep you off track. If it keeps you off track, you're going to lose sight of your dream and you're going to lose sight of your ability to achieve that dream and you're going to lose some confidence in it. You're just not going to feel good about waking up every day to do what you want to do. I'm a big believer in chasing my dream, and not because I value it and that's, oh, this is how I set my whole life up to be this dream, and if I don't achieve that, then I don't feel good about myself. It's not that, but it's to give myself some sort of purpose within my work. For me, we all have to work. So I'm not wrong for wanting my work to be something that I love. In order for that to happen, there's a lot of work that comes with it. There's also work of not wanting that and not doing that, because there's people that have the same job for 20 years and dude, I applaud those people. How the heck can you do that? I get bored after, I'll be at a job for a month and I'm bored. I don't want to be there no more. I don't know everything about this. It's the same thing every day. I know exactly what Mondays look like and I know what lunch on Tuesday looks like, and it's just like, oh, I need things to be different. I need change. And for me, the best way to do that is doing what I'm doing. Be the creative that has to evolve each and every year, each and every 6 months, each and every quarter, and each and every week and day, and maybe even every minute I have to, oh wait, hold on, that thought wasn't, okay, let me bring it back in, So I want to challenge you. If you have been feeling stuck or you haven't had your dream at the front of your mind, because I don't even care if you're stuck. I don't even care if you just haven't done anything. The main thing I care about is, why is the dream that you have, why are you not thinking about it anymore? Why did you put that on the back burner? Because you have kids? Because I had to get this job because I got to get this money. But isn't this all just a part of the process of the dream? It's all just a part of the process. These are not obstacles that are in your way of your dream. The obstacle is the thing that refines you. It is the thing that prepares you for that next level. I don't care what your excuse is anymore. I've been making excuses for a long time. The reason why I haven't done this podcast and stuck to it consistently, and I made it about things that it wasn't about. I made it about, oh man, well, I want to make sure it's like this, and I want to do the name, and the quality needs to, but in reality, it was just, I wasn't doing it. That was it. I just didn't have the dream at the front of my mind. That was it. That's the only problem. I did not have the dream. I didn't want it bad enough. But we're here now, bro. And you're here. So I challenge you, if that dream has not been at the front of your mind, you click off this video and you figure it out. You go write it down. Come up with some questions to ask yourself. How can I still chase the dream with the given situation that I'm in right now? Because it feels rough. The economy is rough. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. It's easy to lose sight of that dream. It's easy to put the dream on the back burner and get caught in the rat race of the system. Maybe that rat race is just staying alive, but you got to have something a little bit more. You know what I mean? And again, when I say more and I want more and I'm chasing, I'm not talking about tangible things always. It's more so the destination that I'm trying to reach within my life. And I know that I'll never achieve it, but it's the thing that kind of wakes me up every day. You know what I mean? It's the thing that I look forward to my work, and I look forward to creating something out of nothing, and I look forward to chasing that dream. Don't value yourself by your dream. Don't lose yourself in your dream, and don't grab the idea of your dream and say, this is my identity. But don't get stuck and stay there just because it didn't work out or you couldn't be consistent. Figure it out. I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is the first episode, and every single week we're going to be dropping episodes. I say we, but it's really me dropping episodes on Tuesdays. So I don't know, I'll probably aim for like Tuesdays at, 11 a.m. or something like that. I think that that's what, if I give myself that, I think I could stick to it. So Tuesdays, 11 a.m., every single Tuesday, and every Friday at 11 a.m., I'm going to have a podcast with a guest. So if you want to be a guest on the podcast and you have, you've been watching this one, or maybe it has to be over the phone, and I'll just set the phone up right here, and we have a conversation that way. Or if you know me in real life and know where I am at, we could do it in person. You know what I mean? But every single week I need to be dropping 2 of these, because the best way for me to help myself is to position myself as the leader, because that's what's going to challenge me to be better. And I'm saying the leader in my own life, not even for anybody else. And then I want to really make an impact, and I really want to set an example for people. But the only way that I can set an example is through my own actions. So this is another version and another branch off of my dream. My dreams right now, first and foremost, is to provide for my family and to protect my family. That's my main purpose right now. And that's what's driving me every day. My business and growing and continuing to get better at it and become an expert in my day-to-day things. And then another thing is really helping people, and not necessarily financially. I'm not there yet. Soon, yes, but as of right now, what can I offer? There's so much stuff that I have that I could give people access to, whether it's knowledge about what I've done in my business, or connections that I have, or just friends that I have that I can pick their brain and people can gain from it. So there's a lot of stuff that I want to do, but I realize that the only way that I can even do that is by applying myself towards another dream, and this is one of those. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I feel like this was a good success. Let me know if you have any questions, any specific things that you guys want me to talk about. Just drop a comment. If you got my number, text me the topic, or shoot me a DM or whatever. Also, for those of you that do shop at Dreamer Outfits, we are currently doing an early access of Black Friday, and it's only to our email list and to our subscribers in our SMS list. I'll actually link below if you want to join that, so you know about future stuff. I'll drop a link below so you can, add yourself into that. But also the code right now, let me figure out, what is this code? The code right now is early, EARLY, BF, standing for Black Friday. So early BF25. It's buy one, get one 50% off of all clothes on our website right now, dreameroutfits.com. So I just wanted to give you guys that, because obviously if you're here, it doesn't matter if you're in that email list or SMS, because this is where the real OGs are. If you're really here right now, you're different, buddy. You're just different. So appreciate you for tuning in. I'll catch you on Friday, and then next Tuesday, let me know what y'all want me to talk about.